Hey guys, few weeks முன்னாடி நம்ம வந்து Acciojob பற்றி பார்த்தோம். இது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பே ஆஃப்டர் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட். அதாவது நீங்கள் வந்து கோர்ஸ் எடுக்கும்போது எந்த விதமான அமௌண்ட் வந்து பே பண்ண வேணாம். பட் நீங்கள் வந்து ஜாப் எடுத்துட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த ஜாப்ல மந்த்லி சேலரியே நீங்கள் சில அமௌண்ட் வந்து பே பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஆல்ரெடி Acciojob ஜாப் எடுத்த ஒரு பர்சன் கூட தான் இப்போ வந்து பாட்காஸ்ட் பண்ண போகிறோம். இந்த பர்சன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 100% ஹைக்கில் வந்து இன்னொரு கம்பெனி ஜம்ப் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இந்த வீடியோ மூலமாக உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு 100% ஹைக் எடுக்கிறது என்ன விஷயம்லாம் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த Acciojob நீங்கள் வந்து எந்த மாதிரி ட்ரைனிங் கொடுப்பாங்க, எந்த மாதிரி பீப்புள்லாம் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கோர்ஸ் செட் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கிற விஷயத்தை நீங்கள் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு இந்த வீடியோ ரொம்ப ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். ஸோ வித்வுட் வேஸ்டிங் டைம் லெட்ஸ் கெட் இன்டு தி வீடியோ. திஸ் இஸ் Abin. Welcome to my channel. Hey, hi Suchitra, how are you?
Hi Abin, I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So tell me about yourself, Suchitra. So what your background, where you studied, and how you got a job, where you got a job like that.
Yeah, so I did BTech from Sambalpur, Odisha in 2020 in electronics and telecommunication. So during campus placements, I was placed in Cognizant, Infosys, and TCS. So 2020 was the pandemic year, and we were really worried that the companies are not going to take us. But and I was in a confusion also which one to join. All three are IT giants, so I just went with the one which came first. So for me, Cognizant came first. I got a call from Cognizant first, so I joined Cognizant, and then this year 2022 would be my 2 years with Cognizant. Okay. So like from this year January, I joined Acciojob and started studying full stack development with it, and then now I have got another offer from Nagarro, and I'll be joining that in this month.
Oh, okay, great. So your first company is serious. After that, you came know about this Acciojob, and then you getting there, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's actually I'm also here. The Acciojob is a new term because it's pay after getting placement, right? It will be different. I am here about this Acciojob actually. So how you trust Acciojob? Because first time you hear now there is no fees initially, and then you get in after getting a training only. You have to pay after payment, right? Which means pay after the job, right? How you trust these things initially? What make you trust this?
Yes, it's like first time when we hear it, it sounds like a hoax. Like how is that possible? How will someone teach you a subject like full stack development, which is an entire software journey, in 6 months without taking anything from you, and after you get placed they'll be taking money? So it really doesn't sound too genuine at the first glance. So luckily for me, one of my close cousins, he was already we are from the same college, and he was taking this full stack development course from Acciojob, and then when he got a job through Acciojob, so he just he referred it to me. It's like he told me all his experience, and since he got that, we kind of were sure that it is genuine because we had we had a reference. So through that I knew that it is genuine. And then it's like I was not very sure, like see, none of us are keen on, it's like a loan, right? They'll be teaching you for 6 months and then they'll be taking money. So none of us are very keen on taking loans kind of stuff. So but both my parents and my cousin, they inspired me to go for it. It's like an investment for your future. Once you learn the subject, there is really no limit to what you can get through it. So that's how I came to know of it, and I joined it.
Okay, what role you worked there in CTS? You worked in CTS, right, for 2 years. What role you worked there?
Yeah, I worked in CTS as a junior software engineer. Like first 1 year as a trainee, and then after that as a junior software engineer. So there I was working with .NET technology for 2 years, and in .NET technology is really very wide. So we had like 3 or 4 technologies within that, which was used in our project, and I was working on that.
Oh, great. So now you got job in a same .NET or a different full stack? What programming are you using there?
Yes, so I was working in .NET, but then I changed to front end. I currently, like in the new company, I will be working with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Redux.
Oh yeah, okay, great. So where you got job right now? It's a second company, right?
Yeah, it's my second company. It's Nagarro. The name is Nagarro.
Okay, great. So how much hike you got from there?
It was 100% hike.
Great. So the thing is, actually, I want to ask another one questions like, how was the training there? They told like they give training. I mean, the course training as well as they help you to make a resume and profile creation. and then they help you for placement as well. So how was it? How was the course? First tell about the course. How you feel? How the quality of the course like that?
Yeah. So actually, the course is like the entire full stack development is divided into three parts. First would be your DSA, data structures and algorithms. Then would be front end, and then back end. All three constitute a full stack engineer. So in the DSA, data structures, and then since it's a 6-month course, and all the three are like given equal amount of time, 333, you can say. So so the first would be DSA, and like it depends. Sometimes they start with DSA, sometimes they start with front end. It really depends on the batch, and it makes no difference whichever technology you start with. So for me, my batch first started with DSA. So after DSA, like around 2.5 to 3 months, they started giving us projects. So we started making projects using DSA. And after a few projects, they had a tutorial on how to make resume. They helped us in making resume, then reviewed our resumes. We had peer reviews and mentor reviews, and how to improve our resumes. Like that. And then after that, the placements started coming. So since we had DSA knowledge, and then a few projects on DSA, and then a resume, so we were ready to start applying for the placements. And then after that, like the placements would be going on simultaneously, and simultaneously they would be teaching front end and then back end, everything. And then according to the course, the placements keep coming. Like when you are in DSA, they'll be giving you DSA placements. When you proceed to front end companies would start coming. Once you proceed to back end, full stack companies would start coming, and so on.
Oh, great. So how long it takes to complete your back end? I mean, you started with DSA, right? How long it takes to complete the back end programming? The course.
Backend would be like entire 6 months. So first, if you start with DSA, it would take around 2.5 to 3 months. Then front end would take around almost the same time, and then the backend would be around at the end of 4.5 to 6 months.
All right. So the thing is actually, if you are experienced person, right? If a fresher came to the place and learning stuff from the scratch, the program, it will be 2.5 months is enough for them to learn, or it will take more time.
It's like we are not self-learning, right? A person who is self-learning will certainly need more time, but there are mentors, there are dedicated teachers who are teaching you 2 hours a day, and then there is another doubt session in a day. So like 3 hours of study for 5 or 6 days of the week. So definitely it is doable in 6 months. It is feasible to learn from scratch and complete it in 6 months. And then that also depends on the capacity of the student. I'm not saying it's same for everyone, but it is doable. It's like if someone gives their dedication, time and effort, it's nothing that you cannot achieve it in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my doubt. You are an experienced person and came there and learning background. That's normal. It's within a 2.5 months. But a fresher came from the scratch. He didn't know anything about programming, but he have to start from the scratch. Means it will be little difficult for them. Even I learned DSA. I know DSA. I learned around 5 months, 6 months for me to complete a basic level. So I'm from a mechanical background totally, so I don't know anything about the coding initially and came here. So it takes a long time for me. That's why I'm confirming with you. Is this possible or not like that? Yeah, thank you, Sujita. Actually, my next question is like you told they're helping for interview, right? We have while we're learning some DSA or something like that. Now it will be different, but interview questions that will be totally different from learning, right? We have to prepare ourselves for interview preparation. That is for interview preparation. We do this separately other than we learning from the course, right? So this Acciojob help you for this thing as well. And how was the quality of this interview questions? And how that helped to your interviews?
Yes. So, like first when we were learning DSA, and after DSA was about to complete, then we were giving slots for booking mock interviews. So our mentors and teachers and a few other people would start taking our mock interviews, and the mock interviews were both for technical as well as HR. So during the mock technical interviews, like it was kind of the same scenario as would be in a real interview. They would be asking you, like the pattern would be same. They would be asking you to introduce yourself, and then questions on the technology which you are learning, and then they will ask you to explain your projects, what you did and what is your expertise, and all the fundamental questions. It was like it would be the same scenario as you would have faced in an interview. So that mock interview, be it technical or HR, really helps us to be prepared for the main interview. Like if we make some mistakes there, then they are there to rectify us. Like after the interview is over, they will be giving you feedbacks on what you did wrong, what you can improve, where is the scope of improvement, what you did right, and what you can change, and whatever the constructive feedback you can expect from a mock interview. And that really helps us to perform well in the main interview.
Got you. Okay, actually, I just want to ask another one thing. Like, you selected in this company, right? Before that, how many interviews you attend before this thing in Acciojob? How many companies came? How many interviews attend? How many rejected? Which one you got? Like that?
Yeah. So actually, for me, I was lucky that I cracked it in the first interview. Like the
Great,
Nagaro
great.
was, yeah, Nagaro was my first interview. But I cracked it in first interview. But many of my friends and my cousin, which I was talking about, they really gave many interviews, and sometimes they got rejected from sometimes they cleared like 2-3 technical rounds and then got rejected. So it depends. And then the amount of placements or amount of companies coming are really endless. Like starting after, like, when suppose you join the course now, and after 2 to 2.5 months or 3 months, when your one technology is finished, be it DSA front and back end, the placements would start coming from the batch, and then they would continue coming. Like throughout the 6 months, they would continue coming. It's not like they will stop. Like whichever company comes and whatever the requirement is, they will keep posting for it. And if you have the requirement, the skills, you can keep applying to the companies.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, tell something about the mentors. So mentors is very much important to get a good package, good company. Now, if you want to go join a Google or Flipkart or somewhere like that, mentorship is very much important, right? So what kind of mentorship and what company people came they here for your mentor? So explain about the mentorship in Acciojob.
Okay. So, first of all, there is one mentor for the main lectures, and then there is one mentor for the doubt sessions. So, like once you are taught something for 2 hours, and then you are given some coding problems or some projects to do, some assessments to do, and then the doubt clearing mentor would be taking those assessments and any doubts you have for another 1 hour. So, like for each and every technology or field, you get 2 mentors, and the mentors are like really very well. They do not rush through the course. Although completing a full stack development in 6 months is a very big task, I would say, but they do not rush to the course. They will take each and every topic one by one, and then even if a student has doubt like 4 or 5 times and in a comparatively easy topic, they would still keep repeating it unless and until each and everyone is clear with it. And then, of course, since the recordings in the sessions are recorded, there is always the scope of going through the recordings again and then trying to understand the concepts. And even if there is some doubt even after that, then again there is a doubt session the next day, you can get it cleared. And then we even have the opportunity or advantage to contact the mentors personally over Discord or whatever is the communication channel, and they would respond. And if it is a thing or a coding problem or assessment which we are not able to do, they would personally go and help you with that. So, as I said before, we are not self-learning. We have dedicated mentors and dedicated teachers, and that really helps in completing the course in the scheduled time and getting the desired output.
All right, great. So for getting a job and getting an interview calls, the project is very much important in this development side, right? So what kind of projects you did in this learning time?
Yes. So, like after they have taught you the main concepts and everything, like I'm again and again taking example of DSA because that was my first field which they took up. So, suppose take it front end. After front end, like 2 to 2.5 months of front end, when we were done with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Redux, and everything. Throughout this course, we were doing small projects and assessments, but after completion of all these major fields, we were given like big project, like make a clone of Facebook or make a clone of Amazon, like projects which are really valuable and which really add value to the resume and your GitHub profile. So the mentors would be first discussing the project, giving us useful resources, and if you are fast enough, you can do it side by side, and you're stuck in any point, you can just interrupt them and ask them. They will resolve it then and there. So that's how the project goes on. So using these, like in a very short amount of time, we are really able to do like many big projects which are really valuable and add value, and then those are what help us.
All right, great. Apart from the course, apart from the place you're getting, apart from the placement, you have to work hard, then only you can reach those things, right? The dedication is important. That's what most of the people miss in that part only. Even though simply some people think like some people commented me even like which course I have to take if I complete the certification, can I get a job like that? Like that kind of comments I'm getting, but it's not in reality. It will not work, right? Whatever certification you do, whatever thing you just completing the course, it's not going to work. You have to dedicatedly work. You have to understand what you're going to work like that. Then that only helpful for clear the interview. So that's great. That's great. So tell me about your new company. How's new projects? How is going on? Just before
Okay.
that CTS and now how you feel like that?
Okay, so CTS, like first 3 months was the training, and then after that I was assigned to project. So till now I am in the same project. So we have yearly contracts, and my contract is extended. So I was in the same project, and then as I mentioned before, I work with .NET technology, but now in the new company I would be working with front end technologies, mainly JavaScript, React. So I have not joined it yet. My joining date would be 22nd of July,
Oh,
and
okay.
I haven't been assigned project. But the procedure would be like I cleared the interview, I have received the offer, but even before assigning the project, they would be taking interview again to understand if the candidate has the required skill to be able to work in the project. So that is a thing. It's an ongoing thing. Like I cannot stop studying. I still have to study and revise everything so that I can clear the project interviews. And that's
Great.
why I'm really excited to work there. If a company is so much keen on understanding the skills of its employees, then that company would surely be giving you exciting work.
Yeah, the React.js have a lot of demand nowadays. If you know React.js, you can get a freelance project as well, and you can start a freelancing if you know you're very good in React.js. So that's great. That's great. Yeah, the last question I want to ask, like, give some advice to people who want to join a course as a fresher or already working in a company. They want to get 100% hike like that. What's the advice you're going to tell as of your experience? You got 100% hike, right? Just tell some advice to people get that hike.
Yeah. So actually, first of all, we have to make up our mind. Like everyone has a different schedule and a different, time slots for everything, for daily work, homework, company work, college work, everything. So taking out time
Right.
for studying, studying a particular course which requires you dedicated 3 hours per day, and then practicing and all requires some amount of will, and you have to make up your mind that okay, I will do it, I can do it, and then you have to take out the time from your daily schedule, and then you have to understand that it is an investment for the future. You're investing some time and money right now for your future. So that is the thing. So once you have make up your mind, so I would not ask anyone to join any course or company just going by the words of some people. Go to the website, browse everything, read everything, study all the policy, maybe reach out to some people who have joined the course, and see all the reviews you can get from Google, YouTube, whatever, whichever source you are comfortable with. And then when you see that okay, it is good, you are good to join it, and then study, like follow the curriculum dedicatedly, and wherever you're stuck, wherever you get doubt, there are a lot of people to help you out with that, and a lot of people to point you to the right direction. So reach out to that people, be it your batch mentors, teachers, or your batch coordinators, or anyone, even your peers from the same batch. Everyone will be helping you out. So it is a great way to start working for your future. So once you are done with your full stack, or even if you have completed your DSA and you are very good with it, so with that knowledge you can start applying to big companies like Google, Microsoft. They will take you based on your DSA
Yeah.
expertise. So it's not that you have to wait for entire 6 months to start applying. You can start applying from the very beginning and keep applying in new technologies as you start learning. So there is really a great scope in that.
All right. I just want to ask one more thing as well. if a person want to learn something, there is a free resource, lot of free resources online, right? So the person have two options. One is the free resource, and then have to join some course. So here, what is the advantage, what is the most advantage you feel while joining this course instead of learning from free resources? What's the advantage you feel, your personal feeling?
Yeah, actually, I'm a good person to ask that, because I did try to learn DSA and front end by my own. See, there are many free resources, as you mentioned. You can go to Geeks for Geeks or many YouTube resources, or you can buy some course from Udemy, like around 500 or 1000 rupees, and so on. There are many free resources. I have personally tried learning DSA and front end using these resources, but it was not really helpful because first of all, there is no motivation to continue. You get motivation for 2 days, you start the course, but you need that motivation to complete the course. So learning something by yourself, if you are a really strong-willed person, it is fine. But if you are average people like us, it will be a problem to complete a self-learning course. So using a course where mentors are there, coordinators are there to push you forward, to help you out in every step, to motivate you in every step, really helps, because that keeps you going. And then you have some peers to at least do a benchmark comparison. I'm not asking that you compare your progress or yourself with everyone out there. At least there should be a benchmark against which you can compare your progress, and you can make sure that yes, you're progressing, you're not stagnant. That is really not possible with self-learning course. I have tried it and it does not work. So that's what I can say, that it is definitely a plus point if there are people who are teaching you, guiding you in a very planned way, so that you are 100% sure that you are going in the right way. You are not deviating here and there.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a very big clarity I got from your words.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. So that's it. Hope you like this video. So இந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு வந்து பே ஆஃப்டர் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் அதாவது பேஸ் பண்ண ஒரு கோர்ஸ் இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா நீங்க கண்டிப்பா Acciojob செக் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். இந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு நிறைய வீடியோஸ் வேணும் அப்படின்னா சேனலை மறக்காம சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நீங்க இன்ஸ்டாகிராமே ஃபாலோ பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு official 2020. Thanks for watching this video. See you next video. Bye.